As we've seen throughout this course, InDesign has a lot of great features for adding interactivity to your documents. Unfortunately, some of those features are incompatible with each other. For example, page transitions and animation. It would seem natural that you might want to combine the use of these two features in the same file, but if you do, you'll probably not like the result. Let's see what happens when we combine page transitions and animation. So here's my presentation file, and I can see by the presence of these circle icons that some animation has been applied. So I'll select one of them, go to my animation panel, and I can see that this reason number is set to fade in on page load. If I select the text frame, that's set to fly in from bottom on page load. Let's add some transitions to this document. So I'll go to the Page Transitions panel, and right now there are none in the document. I'll select one. I'll choose Push with a direction of up, and I can preview. So each one of the pages, as I navigate to it, will push up from the bottom, pushing the old page out of view. I'll click on the icon in the bottom right corner to apply this to all spreads, and now let's export this document to a Swift file. I'll call it Transitions. And in the dialog box, I'll make sure that I export all pages. I'll generate an HTML file. I'll view the Swift after exporting. And for page transitions, I'll include those from the document. And click OK. So watch what happens when I navigate to one of my pages. Did you see that? When the page pushed up, both the number and the text were fully visible, and then the animations played. The number faded in and the text came up. Let's watch another page. So InDesign has to fully render the page for the transition, and then it will play the animations that you created. Now, you might think you could fix this by going back to InDesign and tweaking some of your animation settings. So let's go back to InDesign. We'll look in the animation panel, and you might think, okay, well, maybe if I change the event from on-page load to on-page click, I'd have better control over it, or if I hid the object by changing the visibility to hide until animated. But neither one of these is going to solve the problem. InDesign is still going to render a fully visible version of the page, and then it will play the animations. It's just the way it works. So the story here is that you can have animations and you can have page transitions, but you can't have them at the same time. It's a frustrating limitation, but it's good to be aware of so you don't waste time trying to get around it by tweaking your animation settings.